Well, hello everybody. Welcome to today's study. We're going to be talking about the principles of miracles, the principle of miracles. And this is going to be a continuation of some things that we said this past Sunday. So if you did not um, um, catch this past Sunday's broadcast, the replay is on YouTube at Will Wheat 3. You can go there and catch Sunday's replay. It'll help you. And then last week at this time on Saturday we were talking about the same thing. We want to shift our mind because I want to express to you what I firmly believe, and that is and what is transforming my thought life. And so as my thought life is being transformed, I'm going to change and help you transform your thought life, but by downloading what has been downloaded in me. You can see that I'm excited, okay? And so we want to talk about these things. And one of the things that we wrote in the description was uh, that what do miracle? Why do miracles fail before they even begin? And there are three things that we want to point out that is a law of failure. You cannot help but fail if you're if you're not realizing the miracle that you need in your life. The not realizing the miracle that you need in your life is already the first indication to you that whatever you've prayed or however you prayed is not working. And one of the things we have to do is we got to remember that insanity is doing the same thing the same way, expecting different results. So if you're doing something and you haven't gotten a result, then there may be some things that you're applying to your life that is working against you receiving the results for your life. You have to settle this that there's only one power and one source. And that is our Father, our source, and our Creator. There is no other power. And He's given you His power. So if you are thinking negatively and in ignorance, you're ignorantly using this all creative power to create hardship, distress, and chaos in your life. You can revert that simply by renewing your mind and changing your perception about yourself and your perception about your relationship that you have with our Father, our source, and our Creator. Now, I know it sounds simple because it is simple. What complicates it is all the things that we learned before that's hidden in our subconscious that will raise up and bat away any consciousness of truth by replacing that consciousness of truth with a conscious lie and accepting the lie as the truth. The scriptures tell us that there are people that will believe and trust in a lie rather than believe and trust in the truth. So it's up to us to shift our conscious belief to the truth and believing about ourselves what our Father knows to be true about us. And so the first thing that we want to do is talk about these three ways that people violate the law of oneness. There's three ways you violate the law of oneness. The first way that we violate the law of oneness is to believe in separation, to believe that we are separate from our source, to believe that we are separate from our source. Now, I mentioned it before, and I'll mention it today, that I handed out the prayer recognition to our congregants, and they have this prayer recognition that hopefully they are using and reciting daily, if not once, twice, or three times a day. We challenge them at the beginning of the prayer recognition to do the 369. That is to wake up early in the morning and make this declaration three times when they awake. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. And then do the same thing again at noontime or in the middle of the day, but instead of doing it three times, do it six times. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. Now, we do that 369 because what we're doing is retraining our subconscious. We're consciously retraining our subconscious to identify with being one with the Father and the Father being one. The Father, source, and creator is one with us. There is no separation. And when we realize there is no separation, then there's no distance nor space in realizing the blessings that are in us. We are blessed to be a blessing, or the miracle that's in us. There's no space, there's no time, there's no difficulty with any miracle happening in your life as long as you don't work the negative law of separation by recognizing that you are one. Now, now this is not a mental concept. The reason that we repeat this is to get it into our soul, to get it into our psyche. That is actually become a reflex of thought. Whenever something that challenges that thought, or challenges your reality, or challenges your new paradigm, you instantly reflect and bat that challenge away. Say, oh, no, 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 I am within the Father, and the Father is within me. Now, the other part of that is I am within the source, and the source of life is within me. So nothing out of alignment or unright will find its place in me. So that's a part of this prayer of recognition. I have the whole prayer here that I gave, and I've given it on our broadcast before. But I want to make just reference to that when I talk about one of the enemies that will war against the manifestation of your miracle before it even happens is you thinking you're separate. All right, and that comes out through your language. It comes out through what you're saying. It comes out through how you pray. The other thing that hinders us is effort consciousness. You believe that you have to do something or will something. Now, with effort consciousness, you're trying to force miracles through willpower or through a certain technique. You know, like bowing, turning east, west. Remember certain types of scriptures that have promises for your healing. You are trying to will and force the miracle forward through because of some effort consciousness, something I must do to cause this miracle to manifest in my life. And the next thing that is really a great enemy to the manifestation of who you are and expressing who you are is the time consciousness. You're you're conscious of time. I prayed yesterday and it hasn't happened for me today. I prayed a week ago and I haven't happened for me. I've been standing on this for 2 years. You're time conscious. Time is a barrier for us. Time and space is our barriers that we set up against ourselves. We got to remember that in Him there is no time, space, or distance between us because there's no separation. As He is, so are we. And as He is, we are the manifestation and the expression of who He is. Now, once we understand that, accept that, and it's a part of our vernacular, it's a part of our expression, it's a part of our essence, it's a part of who we are, it's just not even a question. There's nothing we have to even think about. We are one. And you'll notice that in your daily conversation, even when you face a problem or when someone comes to you with a problem, you immediately see them whole. And you never speak to the problem, you always speak to their wholeness. When something comes toward you, you immediately see yourself as whole. You don't speak to the challenge, you speak to your wholeness. All right, so you don't want to be thinking about these three things: separation, effort, consciousness. You don't want to be conscious of this separation kind of, I'm a sinner, I'm separate from God, I'm separate from the meaning, and I always got to ask for something. Whenever you pray and ask for something, you are acknowledging that you're separate from it and you don't have it. And every time you acknowledge and reinforce your belief in separation, you empower it. It doesn't go away. And I don't know why we haven't realized this in our walk in Christianity or in any religious form at all, that whenever we set ourselves separate from the source, separate from our Father Creator, our Father Source and Creator, then we automatically empower what we believe in because that's what you're conscious of. You have set your consciousness in a false place of being conscious of separation, which really doesn't exist, and you become unconscious of your oneness with the Father. Now, I'm going to show you how powerful consciousness is. That when you are, and you're never going to be bothered with the blessings, you're never going to be bothered with the breakthroughs, you're never going to be bothered with the miracles because you're unconscious to it. The best analogy that I have for this is when someone goes in for surgery. One of the things that they do, they put you to sleep or they make you unconscious of what they're about, the procedure they're about to do to your body. And because you're unconscious to those procedures, they can do all kinds of things. They can cut on you, they can take a saw and split your chest, breast cavity, and pull your rib cage apart and work on the inner organs and all that because you're unconscious to what's going on with the body. Now, you don't feel the pain until you become conscious of your body again. Well, the same thing is true with your consciousness about oneness, being one with your source, your Father, and your Creator. If you're unconscious to that, you will never be bothered with all the blessings and the miracles that has already been given you because you're unconscious to that. You've become conscious to what you believe is separation. You become conscious to you believe, oh, I got to work at this. I got to force this. I got to believe hard for this. I got to put more effort. I got to go to more church. I got to have more prayer. All these techniques are not working for you, and you need to become sober-minded and say, these things are not working. So I can't take, and another thing that, let me put a pin in there. Another thing I said, for some of you, this is new information. You can't take this new information and put it into old wineskins, old ways of believing, old ways of doctrine, teaching, and thinking. You need to just bury that old way of thought and be born afresh to this new revelation. So new wine and new wineskin. Okay? or this what I was saying is just going to rip you apart and everything going to spill on and you're going to waste it on the floor. It's never going to be a blessing to you. So just forget yesterday's teaching and take today's teaching as the first day of your life. I die daily, so every morning I'm new and I'm fresh and I'm a new creation. All right? Now, here are the mechanics of the miracle of healing. Number one, we accept the fact that we're one with our Father, our source, and our Creator. All right? Your life force that flows through you, this life force of being one with your Father, is the healing that you seek. Now, in your body is animated by your spirit. And because your body is animated by your spirit, the cells in your body renew. Certain cells renew every year, certain cells renew every few months, certain cells renew every 7 years. So technically, every 5 to 7 years, you are a new body. But the reason you tend to age is because even though you are a new body, spiritually, and that spiritual law is preserving your body, you're mentally not conscious of this renewing of self. You think and expect aging. You think and expect being decrepit. You think and expect to grow weary. As I get older, I'm going to be weaker because this has been programmed into your mind by what you hear and what you've seen. See, one thing is to hear something, but to see something that seems to align with what you hear is to convince you that these things may happen. So you started doing some type of technique. You started believing in willpower. I will not to get older. I will do this exercise and that exercise. I'll eat this and I'll stop doing that so that I will slow this aging process down instead of just accepting your oneness in Him and being an expression of the eternal life that is one with you, your source. And I am the expression of the source. The source of life that is in me. So the very first thing, the very mechanical thing that you need to do is recognize of your oneness. And it can't just be a mental assent. This has to get down into your soul. It has to become a part of your reflect. It has to become a part of how you think about yourself. And you say, well, Apostle, when will I know? Because it'll change. It'll change your conversation. I'm telling you, it'll change your conversation. You start physically being rested. You'll see a physical change. As this begins to uh, penetrate and saturate into your soul, you will physically, I'm talking about you personally, we will physically notice, oh, I'm in peace. Oh, my sleep is not disturbed. Oh, I know how to rest. Oh, I don't worry. Oh, I have natural joy that has no end. Just the fruit of that transformation in you begins to express itself through you. That's how you know. Just got to keep on training your subconscious until it accepts the truth that you know. All right? You have to release all resistance. Whatever you resist will persist. I want to say it again. Whatever you resist will persist. I think I got to say that one more time. Whatever you resist will persist. Say that with me. Whatever I resist will persist. Jesus talks about this. He says, don't resist evil. Don't resist it. Somebody's going to slap you side your face. Just turn the other cheek. Don't resist it. There is no power in what comes at you until you give it the power by trying to resist it. All right? Now, you don't want to resist. Whatever you resist will persist. The law of resistance. What you resist will persist. Now, what you need to do is what you accept, all right, will transform. Don't quit trying to resist evil and accept your oneness and your holiness. Accept that you are holy as your Father is holy. Accept that you are whole and complete as your Father is whole and complete. You don't have to resist the lie because it will fade away. There's no resistance between dark and lightness. The light comes on, the darkness goes. The light of accepting your oneness with your Father will terminally obliterate any darkness or confusion that try to manifest in your life. So and that'll transform you. Transformation comes from you accepting that you are whole, accepting that as He is, so are you. You're accepting that you are one and you are complete. And seeing not only yourself, but you see your brothers and the people all around you as being whole and complete, but not knowing it. All right? So you want to resist. Or release, not resist. You want to release all resistance. You want to release all resistance. And then you want to align your will with our Father's will. All right? You want to realize that your personal will and divine will are one. So many people misunderstand the prayer when it says, not my will be done, but your will be done, as though there are two wills. There's only one will. There's only one power, and His power is subject to you. Oh, so when it comes to not my will, but your will is your surrendering of resistance. Is your surrendering of having a different opinion. Is your surrendering to His knowledge, His true knowledge of you, and making His true knowledge of you become your reality. All right. So your will. Now, if your will is not to believe, then the power to not believe is there. If your will is to resist, then the power to resist is there. If your will is to surrender to His divine will, then the power to do that is there. There is no space, no distance, no time. It is there as soon as you make up your decision. There's only one power, and that power resides in you. So I'm conscious that my will and the Father's will is His. My will is His will. I have the mind of Christ. The Scripture says I have His mind. For me to doubt that I have His mind means I don't have His mind. I have the mind of Christ. I have Christ-mindedness. Why do I know I have Christ-mindedness? Because I have determined to be conscious of the Christ mind that I have. Now, I want to put this little point in here. God cannot give you what you ask for. I want to say it again. God cannot give you what you ask for. But yeah, let me say it this way. God cannot give you what you already have. Did you get that? Don't ask him. God cannot give you what you already have. Now, I think that I need to keep saying that because we've been taught to beg. In fact, I'm going to publish this song. I've been thinking I'm going to wait till I get an album. I might just put it out that God gave me this song about the code. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. God cannot give you what you already have. Scripture says, you have been blessed, past tense, with every spiritual blessings in the heavenly places or in the unseen world or in the paroma of God. You have been blessed with every. There's no difference. There's equality. No one has anything better or more of than you need. No one. We all have all things in common. We are blessed with every spiritual blessing. So if you're asking for a blessing, he can't answer that because you already have it. What he can do is awaken you to what's already yours. And this types of teaching is to do exactly that, is to awaken you to what you already have. So the best way to bring it into your form is to be thankful for already having it, because he's already given you every need and even the desire. If you have a desire in your heart, that's for you to identify what's already yours. That's what the desire is there. You can't desire anything that you don't already have. And you need to think from the place of abundance and not from a place of scarcity. We have been taught to think scarcity. We have been taught to think scarcity. I'm just checking my time. We have been taught to think scarcity, all right? So we want to align ourselves with him. The next thing I want to do, there is no gap between recognition and manifestation. There is no gap. That's the reason there's no difficulty with the miracle form of difficult with miracles, because as soon as you recognize that you are what you're seeking, I am this, then there's no gap in the manifestation. There's no time. There's no distance and no time in what's already yours. Now, you're not conscious of time. You have it. So while you're in time already having what's already yours. Now, by doing that, you are going to release an abundant vibration of having, and that abundant vibration of having will take form in your expression. That vibration is your expression, and it'll take form in your manifestation. You will manifest what you're vibrating. You're manifesting now what you're vibrating. You're manifesting now what you're conscious of in yourself. It's already your manifestation. All right? So this is your true nature. Remember this. Christ, when we see him in the Gospels and in Scripture, never used effort or struggle. He didn't have no lengthy procedures when he prayed, no desperate prayers did you ever hear him say. He simply recognized what was already true and spoke that truth into manifestation. You have what you say. He spoke it. He spoke it. When the woman came and sought him for healing, and he said to the woman, he says, your faith has made you whole. That's simple. Your faith, you came here seeking, so because you have faith to come here to receive, you have been made whole. You have been reminded and awakened to your already wholeness. Ain't nothing coming from me. It's not me. And he always says, it's not me. It's not me that does any work. It's the Father in me. And the Father in me is the same Father that's in you. So what I do, you shall do also, because we have the same Father. It's only one source. We're all connected to the one Father, as we are one, I pray that they understand and see that they're one as we are one. And what they see me do, they can do themselves because it's you that's actually doing the work. It is your will to manifest through them all the blessings that you've already given them. It's God's will. There is no, it's God's will. All right? So you have, so now talk to me a little bit. I got a few seconds about the vibration secret. How do you release that? Frequency determines reality. A manifestation is vibration crystallized in form. Health vibrates it vibrates because you're one with the source of health. You're not trying to be healed. You are health. You are perfect health. Like John says, First John says, you're perfect love. You are perfect health expressing itself through whatever is lacking in your physical body. For example, if a person was unsighted, the best thing that they need to do is to go to the mirror every day, and look right into that mirror and say, these eyes are the expression of perfect sight. Don't believe that you're no longer blind. Just say, these eyes are the expression of perfect sight. You don't have blindness, you have perfect sight. And your eye, there's a reason that you can't see, but the reason has to give away to the truth. The eternal truth is that in you is perfect sight. Whatever is going on in your body, you are physically the expression of perfect health. And so all you have to do is say, I am the expression of perfect health. I am health being healthy. I am health being healthy. I am wealth being wealthy. Wealth is, abundance is, health is, and these eyes are expressing perfect sight. And just keep on saying it. So what are you doing? Because the sight is already in you. It's in you. It's already there. What you're doing is recognizing that it's there and acknowledging that it is there. And you're not asking for what you already have. You're declaring the truth, and the truth shall eat up, swallow up every single lie that try to manifest itself through your body or try to manifest itself in time. No, you are eternal, without end, eternal health, eternal abundance. No matter how many lifetimes you come and have in this life, you might come back 56, 70,000, reincarnation I'm talking about. You might reincarnate or incarnate, not reincarnate, but incarnate 70,000 times. It don't matter. You always will be health. You will always be wealth. You will always have abundance. One life, 60,000 life, 1,000 life. Don't matter. You are abundance, and you are always eternal health, and you will always have all the blessings. You always have all the blessings. There is nothing in your life, past or present, that can stop you from being who you truly are. Because God only sees the truth about you. You're whole, you are complete, and you are an expression of the truth He knows and sees about you. So finally, before I close, let's say this prayer. Father, I thank you that I am already everything I seek. I recognize that my healing is, that my abundance is, that my solution is. I align my consciousness with what you know to be true about me. I see through your eyes. I think with your mind. I know with your knowing. Not my will, but thine, recognizing that your will for me is wholeness, abundance, and a perfect expression. Wholeness, abundance, and a perfect expression. And we're out of our allotted time, our 30 minutes that we give ourselves for these broadcasts. And I just know you're really blessed. I know it. I'm glad you came to be with me today. So let's go over to www.nccfc.net. That's our webpage. And our mailing address. We're not overly populated with subscribers and stuff. And so we really need and appreciate any financial effort that you want to give and sow into this ministry. This that's going across the street is the address that you can sow to the ministry so that we can bring this word to you. The mailing address is 2851 West 120th Street, Suite E is in Edward, 522, Hawthorne, California, 90250. That's very, very blessed to us that you are being a blessing and you're faithful to give. You can also give through Zelle. You popular young folk don't like to use letters. You like to use your phone. So you can Zelle us at sisterwheat@yahoo.com. Then there's those of you watching me on Facebook. It's a simulcast, and you might want to see this video. You might don't want to keep strolling through Facebook trying to find me. So you can go over to YouTube, and you can go to Will Wheat 3, and today's broadcast, which is live, as well as the other broadcasts and other teachings that coincide with what we said today. You can hear all those teachings, and there's just a plethora of videos over there, over 1,000, and you can just go through each one of those teachings and catch up to where we are, move into this direction, and we are on. And then those watching by YouTube, as well as those who come from Facebook or Instagram, wherever you're coming from, and you come into YouTube and you're watching our videos, don't forget to hit the like button. That's very important to us. Make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to ring the bell. That way, when we do live, as we're doing this morning, you'll be notified that we are going live in the time that we're going live, or that we have posted a video. Now, the address that we meet on Sundays in Inglewood is 315 South Market Street, Inglewood, California, 90301. Well, thank you for joining us today. And if you are just catching this video later after the live broadcast, but you're coming in and you're catching it at a later time, thank you for tuning this in. Thank you for hitting that like button, and thank you for subscribing to our channel. And remember that God has plans for your life, and none of those plans include defeat. See you next time. Shalom.